Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Sarah, aka Football Girl on Twitter. You can see my Twitter account below or wherever I link it. So I'm making my return to Twitter after creating, oh my God, YouTube after creating my first video last December. Basically, kind of just wanted to bring an extension of my Twitter account to YouTube. If you saw my first video, you know I was kind of just planning to make my weekly picks on here, review the games, review the slate for each week ahead. Honestly just got busy last year. Season kind of started my channel right when the season was coming to an end, so never really finished it with the holidays and everything. Honestly, planned to pick it back up this year at the beginning of the season, but as you guys know, life gets busy, busy with work, bought a house, wanted to enjoy the rest of the summer and the nice weather. So here we are coming into week 17 and finally getting this thing started. I've been making a ton of excuses, but I feel like I just want to kind of get things rolling. So hence why I am shooting basically my pajamas after coming home from a busy work day, but just going for that iPhone 12 video. Hoping to shoot straight through so I don't have to do any sort of like clipping and editing, because I'm not the best at that, and honestly just spending the time to do so I'm not thrilled about right now. I'd rather just, get the content, engage with you guys, and get that out rather than spending that time. Eventually I'll have to learn how to edit YouTube videos, but for now, hoping to shoot through this all in one shot. So basically, for those of you who don't know, my name is Sarah, work as a physician assistant. I started my Twitter account, and now hoping to start my transition to YouTube. Kind of just talking, sports as an outlet to everyday life. I grew up wanting to be a sports broadcaster, kind of just got pulled in a different direction towards healthcare. Like I said, longtime Cowboys fan, but I'll sit down and watch any sort of sports game. I could watch football for hours. So really just here to talk sports. Basically how it works is every week I am going to just make my weekly picks leading up to the weekend slate. I'll review them on here, kind of just a few quick 2-3 sentences, comments on each game. And then if I'm really on top of things, hopefully the next week or the start of the week after the week following weekend's games, I don't know why that was so difficult to say, I'll go ahead and kind of just review the games, review my picks, my comments, what was correct, what was not, comments based on the games, and really just go from there. Today, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different than that. I actually did not get to watch too many football games yesterday because I was at the only game that actually mattered yesterday, or not mattered, I guess. Well, it was only going to matter. It was the most exciting by far game yesterday, which was the Cowboys versus Patriots. So what I'm going to do today is just my comments, takeaways from that game, and then hopefully come out with another video. Well, not hopefully, speaking into existence, will come out with a video later this week with my picks leading into week 7. So with that being said, we'll transition into commentary from this past week's, aka last night's game. All right, y'all, so let's get into this game. So to start straight, most important thing I always have to say, Dak Prescott is an absolute stud, okay? That, honestly, I can't even tell you how good it feels to be rooting for a team in which you are 100% confident in them when in close games, when it comes down to the wire, and that's what Dak Prescott brings to the Cowboys. I feel like he plays with such poise and such confidence that you are never, as a Cowboys fan, I'm never nervous, I'm never stressed. He's led them from behind and down, with any number of time left, down the field in close games, time and time again. Sometimes they fail for reasons out of his control, but you just never feel like you're out of a game with Dak Prescott at the quarterback, and yesterday was absolutely no different. Incredible. I have nothing else really to say other than that, but I guess to go on next, Trayvon Diggs, also a stud. I don't know, this year, that's obviously the biggest difference, is this defense is creating turnovers, and it's making things happen. It's fun to watch. I can't even tell you how frustrating it has been watching the defense in years past, just freaking praying that they're going to finally be able to make a stop on third down, or just, you in those big moments where you feel like you need a game-changing turnover. That was never a thing in the past, and now at least once a game, thanks to Trayvon Diggs, we are getting turnovers, and it makes a huge difference. So, absolute stud. Do I think he has some work in terms of tackles in the open field? yes, I mean, I think he got roasted at the end of the game, but I mean, he gambles on plays. His ability to read the ball, his reaction time to those picks is incredible. And, I think no one, especially in their second year, is going to be the perfect absolute package. So I think what we're getting from Trey Diggs, he's going to be incredible. And, it's going to be fun to watch. It already is super exciting. So very, very happy with that. The end of the game, I'm like totally going out of order here, but the end of the game was absolutely wild, primarily because those two people, as per mentioned. CeeDee Lamb was incredible, Cedric Wilson, Zeke and Pollard, such a duo, even though the running game wasn't as strong as it has been yesterday. So yeah, honestly, awesome. Some kind of negative commentary, if I had to have any. What on earth was that drive in which they got stopped 4 times within the 1 yard line? I don't understand. I don't know, was that Kellen Moore who called feed Zeke, QB sneak? Or did Mike McCarthy? Or why didn't Mike McCarthy overrule that? If that was Kellen Moore, I don't know. Poor play calling. Honestly, kind of brought me back to the Jason Garrett era, where every single first down was feed Zeke. Honestly, second down after that was feed Zeke, and then we're screwed for, third down. But yeah, I mean, I can get it to a degree. They've been dominant in the run game this year, but it was not going, yesterday just was not up to par in that regard. Belichick did well. The Patriots run defense was good. So I just don't understand the play calling there. Honestly, you have to be somewhat embarrassed if you're the offensive line after that one. But they won the game, such is life, it moves on. So just some little commentary. With that being said, on Mike McCarthy, yeah, so he's just not it. I don't know why people, I feel like some people are just kind of realizing that. Maybe they're just trying to give him a chance, but I've been feeling since the very beginning, Mike McCarthy is the Dallas Cowboys limiting factor. Now, I can tell you, I have thought the Cowboys were going to win the Super Bowl literally every year, with the exception of last year when Ben DiNucci, aka pseudo Patrick Mahomes, was out there slinging it. I was not naive enough to think they were going to win the Super Bowl that year, but I mean, I'm naive. But this year feels different, and if they do not win the Super Bowl this year, it is because of Mike McCarthy. I mean, his play calling, I don't know what he was doing in that year off in which he said he was studying analytics. Maybe it wasn't football analytics. I don't know. But analytics is a very general term. Analytics of what? So, yeah, he's the limiting factor. I mean, I hope that his supporting staff of Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn is enough to kind of mitigate whatever any sort of negatives or risks he brings to the table, because this team, in terms of players, is there in Super Bowl caliber. So I just hope Mike McCarthy does not mess that up. So we'll see. Not trying to be that negative fan, just some commentary from that. Otherwise, I mean, super impressed with Mac Jones. I kept having to remind myself, this guy is a rookie. He came in with Justin Fields, Trey Lance, all of those guys, Trevor Lawrence, and I mean, he played with a lot. You talk about Dak playing with poise and confidence. Mac Jones was really incredible down the line of the game. I mean, did he have any super stellar plays? I don't know. Was he, did he make some rookie mistakes and things like that? Obviously, yeah, but I mean, he played very well. So that's my positive feedback for the Patriots, which I probably should have said this earlier, but I actually have not yet watched the live broadcast of the game or any broadcasting of it. This is just my reactions, my own personal broadcasting, I guess, after watching the game live. So if any of this stuff was, discussed, elaborated on, anything like that during the game, or maybe I'm wrong, explained, don't come at me. I didn't listen to it yet. I plan to, but this is just my own personal commentary. So yeah, I have to refer back to my notes very quickly and make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah. Oh, okay. Randy Gregory. I don't know how many of you have heard or seen his story, but I mean, every time he makes a big play, in that sack in which Mac Jones fumbled, I mean, both were incredible. But the first one, after he was getting howled repeatedly and obviously clearly getting a lot of built up, anger and tension about it, it was incredible. So fun to watch. I love watching him. I literally almost get happy tears every time he makes a big play, because hearing his story, is incredible. I mean, he was working at Amazon just a few years ago, when, before the Cowboys re-signed him, and all because, his drug testing, I mean, he was self-medicating basically to treat his anxiety and depression, from what I can gather, not speaking on behalf of him. But, I mean, working in healthcare, I can understand, the medications we often use to treat anxiety and depression and for mental health, they're inhibitory at times. So they can cause slowed reaction times, or inhibition in your thinking and cognitive processing. And, when your job and your livelihood and your career requires that you be at the absolute top of your game in that regard, especially, as a pass rusher, you have to have absolutely every single millisecond you can get in your reaction time, both mentally and physically. Otherwise, you will not succeed. I can understand how you maybe are not able to use your common meds that we would use in the general public because of that. And so I can only imagine how difficult it was to treat and deal with mental health, without that. And I could see why you would have to turn to, alternatives. So really happy to see him succeeding and doing well in the league, and I hope he only continues. So fun to watch. This defense, like I said, it's a totally different ball game this year, and I think he stepped up so much as a leader in the absence of Jalen Smith and DeMarcus Lawrence being injured. So happy for that as well. And it's just, you love to see it. You just absolutely love to see it. But yeah, so I guess I don't know if the Cowboys are going to get counted for 2 wins in this, because they beat the Patriots and the refs yesterday, which, I mean, if they called another holding call, I was going to absolutely lose my mind. But we won't even get into that. Positive vibes. 2 wins in my book. A great one. Felt really good to get a win in Gillette Stadium. Like I said, actually, I don't know if I said this. That was my first time there. Been to a few stadiums. I mean, it was fine. Nothing really to say. Big win for the Cowboys. Felt good. And yeah, am I concerned or worried about Dak's injury? I mean, from what I can see, people reporting calf strain. First of all, Dak has huge calves, if anyone has noticed that. Not that that has anything to do with him getting injured, but on the plus side, maybe a good thing, because obviously your calf has multiple, muscle bellies. So if, with him having such strong calves, I'm sure his recovery might be a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something that's going to keep him out several weeks. If there were to be a time to have something like this come up, it definitely is now with the bye week, and every game matters. But, the games that they do have coming up, I think he could afford to, take a little bit of time, if he needed to prolong his preparation for that. So I think if this were to happen, happy it is now. And yeah, I mean, that's really my main commentary. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting things because like I said, just trying to shoot straight through this. But yeah, I think overall, good win. Hyped to watch the defense. Offense is incredible, electric. Dak for MVP. Yeah, so if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like I said, I'll be back later in the week with my week 7, I think it's week 7, slate of games and picks. If you can, subscribe, share, whatever else the YouTube people say to do, and feel free to comment below if you agree with me, you disagree with me, you want to bring up any hot football topics to debate and discuss. I do this to just engage and talk sports with all other like-minded people. So yeah, otherwise I will see you guys all later this week, and thanks for listening.